I'm not ashamed of my body.
कैसे मैं सारा दिन घर में बिताऊं नजरें मिलाऊं तो मैं कैसे मिलाऊं.
It was a very sexual video, but it didn't come across as very sexual.
नाना जोगी मैंने तो गुस्सा दिखाया.
I've been very rebellious, and I don't like the word "you can't do it." You will never do it. Only Vimal. Only Vimal, only Vimal, Vimal. And it was basically played all over the, plastered all over.
दीवाने दीवाने तो दीवाने हैं. चुपके से चोरी से मिलने वो आया.
I don't know about pop queen or pop princess. All I knew is I loved my music and I loved being on stage. I was traveling so much and I could fulfill all my dreams, and I was just, happy being on stage and meeting my fans and entertain, because that's what I love doing. I love to entertain. Ken Ghosh showed me this gold outfit and I'm saying, oh my God, what's this handkerchief? It was just this tiny little thing, but I'm like, okay. And I said, yeah, let's do this. And I was working out, and why do you work out? So I wore those things without anything, and I'm like, it was a very sexual video, but it didn't come across as very sexual. Okay, but I know a lot of parents says you can't watch that, and we used to watch it quietly. Or I had somebody call me up and says, Shweta ji, आप क्या पहन रहे हैं आज के इंटरव्यू के लिए? I said, दीवाने का आउटफिट तो मैं नहीं पहन सकूंगी, आप मुझे बैन कर लोगे? So it was like always, what is she going to wear? I hope, we be very, very conservative. But come on, just because a girl is wearing a short skirt doesn't mean she's going to remove it. The way I dressed, with the way I look, with the way the only thing that's been constant with me is my hair. Because they just don't want me to cut my hair. Every time I try to do something new, I'm like, no, please, Shweta ji, don't cut your hair. So that's the only thing that's been constant with me. But one day I'm just going to go bald. Umesh, I didn't really think I had any musical abilities. But, we South Indians always have some artistic inclination, and my mother was a fantastic singer. Of course, she wasn't a professional singer, but I was forced to learn Kathak. I was forced to do music. Kathak, of course, I gave up after a while because I just didn't like it at all. But music is something that the interest, grew over time, and the basic was Carnatic classical, and of course then once you go to a college like Xavier's, you just bloom. You get the first rush of being on a stage, which is a college stage, but still a stage for somebody who is, in her teens, and suddenly getting all that applause and everyone saying, oh my God, you should do this, you should do that, you should get into pop, you should, so one thing led to another, and then I started doing rock music, and everybody's going totally crazy, and you suddenly get the first taste of this. You're like, oh my God, I like this. So that's when it actually first hits you. And somehow I was just very, very comfortable on stage. I loved singing. I didn't think of the fame, I didn't think of the name, I didn't think of the money. It was just the high of being on that stage and making people happy. I couldn't believe that me being on stage gets so many people, going and forgetting everything, and, just letting their hair down, letting their hands up. Umesh Umesh, in the 90s, there were a lot of girls like me who were trying to break out of a family that had many do's and don'ts. आप ये मत करो, ये हो जाएगा, ये मत पहनो, ऐसी बातें करो, ये, you know, so it was a very stifled kind of 90s that we lived in. I was one of those rebellious kind of people, and I lived my life. My father said, I'm not going to pay you money if you're going to be going out there and singing. I said, okay, if you're not going to give me any money for my school fees or my college fees or for my, you know, I mean, you're a little teenager, and I said, I'm going to do it on my own. So I started doing jingles with Louis Banks, and I got 2,000 rupees. It was this rebellious streak in me. When you say no, I'm going to do it. So I think a lot of girls like me wanted to just break out of that shell, and I kind of paved that path. I was really one of those singers that really didn't care what people have to say. I still don't. I wear what I want to. So when I wear a bikini or when I'm doing a yoga pose, where I am wearing shorts and a short top, I'm not ashamed of my body. I have lived my life, and even my father, he says, I don't want you wearing short clothes. I said, listen, I'm paying for my bills. I will wear what I want to. If nobody likes it, either they close their eyes or, like I said, I've been very rebellious. And I don't like the word, you can't do it. You will never do it. Because I will go out of my way to show you I can do it. It might take time, but I will do it. I think there was just too much of sleaze, Umesh, to cut a long story short. There was just too much of sleaze. Everybody was trying to say, ये करो, ये गाना गाओ, श्वेता जैसे गाओ, ये वीडियो करेंगे. So it was like, you know, there was like a printing machine. You take one song and you'll do 20 songs. You'll take that kawali, you'll do kawali. You'll do pop, you'll do pop. You should sing this gana, ye dress. So it was like a printing machine. And after a while, you know, very mediocre singers were born, and you know, then, you know, it's the end of it. It's like suddenly you see these mediocre artists with these videos for whatever reason. Today, thankfully, things are very, very different. They rather not do anything than spend money on something or an artist that you know doesn't have it. Today, talent counts. So the killer during my time was that talentless people were promoted, and that was the end.
बेटा, मेरे दिल में जो थोड़ी सी भी नफरत बची थी ना पाकिस्तान के लिए, वो आज खत्म हो गई. नो डिग्रीज, नो जॉब्स, no social security, nothing mattered. I think he didn't play the role, he became the role. I barely had 11 rupees in my pocket, and she knew it. No, she was not going to charge me.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, press the bell icon and stay entertained.